1, 2, 3.
Peaches.
Well, hello and welcome to the Confused Breakfast. Do you remember the pure joy of a trip to the video rental store as a kid?
Oh, I do.
It's hard to beat the ease of the modern era and streaming platforms where you don't even have to leave your couch. But there was something truly special about heading to Blockbuster, picking out a movie by hand, watching it when you got home, and feeling like you found a hidden treasure. On this podcast, we revisit and dissect some of our favorite childhood movies from that magical era to see if they still move us the way they did as kids. My name is Mike Schulte, and I used to be a treasure hunter. I retired once I found the treasure of a lifetime, the friendship of these two men, Sean Pryor and AJ Vance. How the heck are you?
Look at him.
Cheers, babe.
Look at him doing that stuff, huh?
Cheers, babe.
Wow.
Cheers,
friends. We're friends.
We're friends, man.
We do friend stuff.
Yeah.
Huh?
Butt stuff.
Yeah.
We do fun stuff, but you know what?
That's it.
That's all we do. What our real passion is, we were just discussing this before this show. It's really just finding money. And we just want a $10 billion treasure, and that's why we decided to do this movie.
Just 1% of it.
0.5%.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, boys, on today's episode, we discuss a movie that spawned a second movie, a prequel book series, and a television series.
Oh, no.
One of the only movies where Sean Bean's character doesn't die.
Whoa.
A movie that possibly reinvigorated the adventure, treasure hunt movie genre and maybe even normalized conspiracy theories. Ooh. Closing out May of Swayz Uncaged, we are, of course, talking about 2004's National Treasure.
Oh, like
Well
conspiracy
done,
theories before.
Ladies
National
and
Treasure.
gentlemen, it's time for another nostalgic journey to the past with the Confused Breakfast. Sit back, relax,
still.
and enjoy wherever you are in the world. Take it away, boys.
Lord Savior Nic Cage, with the lighting of this candle, please understand our dying love and appreciation for everything you've done in life. We love you. We adore you. We agree that you are the greatest that has ever lived. With this candle, symbolize our love for you. Amen.
I do.
Amen.
Amen. Well, boys, it's time to talk about this movie. But what we do here is we like to talk about movies with a nostalgic twist at the beginning to learn what we thought the first time we saw the movie, so then we can strip it away and talk purely modernized. So we're going to talk about this with a nostalgic eye, and we're going to start with AJ. Tell us the first time you saw National Treasure and what your nostalgic rating was.
Bring it on in. I remember watching this. I think I got to see this in theaters, guys. I'm fairly confident I did. It was like, it was certainly, I'll be honest with you, I thought this movie was pretty dope when I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is awesome. I was like, heck yeah. Wow, history can be cool and fun. Wow. And it can be super, super hot and boner inducing with Diane Kruger. Anyway, no, I think that National Treasure, I actually really enjoyed it. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw it in theaters. I remember seeing it on the big screen to some degree, and then I remember watching it all the time. Remember, you guys ever remember how like there was like fast food restaurants, or it's like come into BK now and get your treasure with the National Treasure limited edition cup.
Yeah.
And you're just like, and meal.
Collect
and
them
just
all.
Like, collect them all. It's like, okay, I guess I will. And I didn't live near a Burger King, but that's what I remember too. It's like
They just had cups wrapped with the Declaration of Independence, which you can now buy in every truck stop.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I think the movie theater had those, like, it was like the collector cup thing with Nic Cage, the movie poster on it and whatnot. But anyways, guys, no, I love this movie actually when I was younger. I thought I was like enthralled with it to a degree. So I'm actually going to give this nostalgically. I'm going to give this like an 8.3.
8.3. Sean, what about you?
Same. Saw it in the theater. Thought it was super fun. Didn't want to go look for treasure or anything like that, but I thought I wasn't even like a Nic Cage aficionado then.
What?
I just liked him in the movie. Yeah, it was just a fun adventure movie, and that is a 6.
Okay, got you. I was waiting. It's a 6.
0.25.
No. 6. The timer has run out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was about this movie. I saw it and was just like, nyeh. Like I like the. Okay, there's a clear cut difference here. There's like heist movies, and then there's like treasure hunting adventure.
Right.
And I was more on the heist side of things. Like I think that got me a little bit better. I liked when it was real. Like it's like, oh, well, that's actually the vault at the Bellagio, and they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
When you start to kind of sort of make stuff up, that's when I get a little bit out of it as a child. So I'm going to give it just a plain old 5.6.
As a child.
If you start to use your imagination as a child, I'm out.
That's not for
Like,
me.
No. Falcor?
Get out of here.
I know that's not real.
Yeah, that's just a big flying dog. Everyone's thought of that. Fucking idiot.
We do have an executive producer on the show today. Michael Guiliano's back. He says, this movie holds a special place in my family's history. After checking with my sisters, I think we've confirmed that this is the only movie so far that my entire family has seen together in theaters. That's special.
Nice.
We caught it at the $2 movie theater in the next town over, where they re-release movies that came out a few months prior. In a fun coincidence, we also caught this movie the same day we got back from our vacation to Washington, D.C. So the first half of the movie was basically us going, hey, I recognize that. We just saw that. Remember that? That's me. That was my impression. He just had those in quotes, so I took liberties there. Like a bunch of annoying tourists. Still, for someone who was into American history like I was, this was right up my alley. I didn't care if the facts weren't factual or if the plot was just the equivalent of that Always Sunny meme of Charlie with the conspiracy string maze. This was just some good, mindless fun for the whole family. Nostalgically, 8.75. Wow. So that takes us nostalgically at a 7.16. We're going to see where that stacks up on everything that we did. But, I'm just going to have to pull this thing up here because I talked.
Do it.
Okay, what did I say there again?
7.16.
7.16 is actually going to fall tied in the 73rd spot with Fast and the Furious, The Santa Claus, and Young Guns.
That sounds like a great quadruple feature.
And again, it's not going to matter at all because we are going to strip it away and we are going to talk about it strictly from here. Modern day rating. We got to go to Sean. We got to learn about the important details in the movie. What do you got on this one, man?
Produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, John Turteltaub, and Christina Steinberg.
Wait. You have to say Turteltaub the right way.
John Turteltaub and Christina Steinberg.
You guys know each other well too well.
Story by Jim Clough, Oren Aviv, and Charles Seegers. Screenplay by Jim Clough, Cormac Wibberley, and Mariana Wibberley. Cinematography by Caleb Deschanel, who also shot The Patriot and Passion of the Christ.
Oh,
nice.
Great looking movie.
Yeah, national treasure.
Mel Gibson.
Music by Trevin Rabin, who also did Con Air, Armageddon, Gone in 60 Seconds, and Rockstar. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Directed by John Turteltaub, who also did Cool Runnings and Three Ninjas.
Cool Runnings.
Fui Ninjas.
Fui Ninjas.
That's never not funny. That is funny.
It's freaking plutonium, dude. Shout out Ninjas and Butterflies. Cast: Nicolas Cage, Diane Kruger, Justin Barthol, Sean Bean, John Voight, Harvey Keitel, Christopher Plummer, David Fisher, Stuart McLennan, Annie Parise, Mark Pellegrino, and Eric King. When director John Turteltaub received the script for National Treasure, he loved it so much so he was determined to make it his next project. So he spent the next year developing the script with several writers until they got it right. Turteltaub brought the project to Jerry Bruckheimer, and he also was very intrigued. Through more developing with Touchstone, National Treasure was pretty much made into the Indiana Jones adventure formula. Hey, it works. Yeah. What intrigued the creators and actors of the film was the MacGuffin of the Declaration being the map, and in other movies, in any other movie, the treasure. But sorry, let me do this one again.
Let's do a cut there. Okay. Do you mind?
Good. What intrigued the creators and actors of the film was the MacGuffin of the Declaration being the map, and in any other movie, the treasure. But in this, it was the declaration as the map that led the characters to the treasure. Cage was cast in May of 2003 and said what also drew him to the film was not really knowing how all this would work and not knowing the tone of the film. When director Total Taub said that he wanted less of the swashbuckling character out of Ben Gates and more of a Cary Grant, Jimmy Stewart type character where those characters were very playful in their caper movies of the 30s and 40s. Diane Kruger was cast based off her strength in screen tests, which, with Cage, Kruger not only intimidated the filmmakers, but intimidated Cage himself. He was. I read an interview with him. He's like, yeah, she kind of blew me away. I didn't really know what to do with her when she came in, and I think she hadn't really done much before this. I think she was in Troy. I think that was before this.
Yep, it was right before this.
Right before this. Then she came in and just kind of blew everyone away. And intimidating Cage, that's a pretty big feat, I would say. National Treasure was released on November 19th, 2004, and on a budget of $100 million, the film made $347.5 million at the box office. And like Mike said, it garnered a sequel in the Disney Plus original series.
Oh.
There you go.
We did forget to mention, just because I'm running on 36 hours of no sleep here, that we did at the beginning there, in case you're not watching, we lit a candle with Nic Cage on it when we said our prayer.
Yes.
Because it is May of Swayz Uncaged.
Yes.
And what I said last week as well is that if you would like to mail us a candle of another famous actor to our P.O. box, which is in the show notes, we will do a movie of your choosing that has that actor.
Yeah, send it, and don't even tell us what the actor is going to be, and we will just do a movie with them in it.
And real quick, one friendly reminder, you love this podcast. Here's how you can support us, support our sponsors. They're the ones keeping our lights on. Go check out those discounts. Use those promo codes. We genuinely love these companies. That's the only reason they're on this show. To sponsor us directly, patreon.com/confusedbreakfast. Tons of perks. Vote on upcoming movies. Bonus audio. Private watch parties. Private Discord. That is how you can really affect this podcast. 3, hit the share button. You and your family, we know you watched this movie. Oh, National Treasure was our fun thing that we did. Hit the share button. Send it to your siblings. Say, hey, watch this, dummy. Listen to this podcast. That's all we're asking.
Don't be that mean about it, but yeah, something like that.
Up next, we got to go to AJ. He does the research. He gives us the critics and fans alike ratings and reviews. What do you got?
I'm going to steal the declaration of the tomato meter.
Gross. Who cares?
Find another quote, AJ.
This is my job.
46% splat.
Hey, this is kind of a rare thing. Of all the movies we've done, that falls in its own spot. Very rare to have its own number with nothing else in there. That's the 131st spot of all the movies we've done. Red Dawn's better. Waterworld is worse, per the critics.
Well, all right. Speaking of swashbuckling, 76% from the audience, and this is a big old 6.9. Nice. On IMDb.
Of all the movies we've done, that ties with Cutting Edge, The Burbs, Rad, Hocus Pocus, Top Gun, Ace Ventura.
Perfect movies.
Per the fans.
Why the hell not? Critics didn't get this movie. They didn't like it. One of the best ones out there, what was one that was up there? David Starrett, we've heard from him before, over there at the Christian Science Monitor, said, too bad the clever bits are swamped by no-brainer gunfights, rescues, and chases galore. Who wants that?
Not us Christians.
Fun adventure action?
Or sciencers.
Or science. Wait a minute. Christians can't believe in science.
Wait, why is he chasing him? Well, because he's trying to get the declaration. They're both trying to get the Declaration of Independence. Prove it. Scientifically prove it to me.
Also, can I just get in on the joke here? Like, I've seen a couple comments that people are like, I don't think they understand what Christian Science Monitor is. And I would like to also say, yeah, I don't think we do.
No, we don't.
And I actually don't want to know. In my brain, it's a bunch of, like, it's like the people that are like, is it safe for your Christian kids to watch? That's what I think in my head. So I'm not gonna think as well. I'm not gonna learn any further than that. That's what it is to me.
If you're saying that it's not Christians monitoring science, then I don't know.
It's a guy named Christian Science.
Ooh, Christian Science. I love that guy.
Love his periodicals on movies.
We better monitor how much science is going on because we're Christians. I
Don't
don't
send
know.
us an article or anything.
Please don't.
We don't want to know.
Unless you're going to review us in the Christian Science Monitor, I don't want to fucking hear it. All right. So you know what? TV Guide, just as reputable as Christian Science Monitor about movies, is this is Maitland McDonough, 40. If anybody. It's a silly, stupendously artificial enterprise. What the fuck does that mean? Huh?
A movie's an enterprise?
Robert Wolanski over at the Dallas Observer, he was not impressed. This is a 10 out of 100. This is a 1 out of 10, guys. This is, isn't any fun at all, which is ultimately the most damning thing you can say about a Bruckheimer movie, or any movie for that matter. They're Wolanski.
No fun at all.
This is no fun at all. Guys, I did find the one, the only, Eric's Bad Movie Reviews.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
That reminds me, we did reach out to Eric, and he's interested in chatting with us. So that reminded me we got to get him on the
We
show.
need to
Hell
get him
yeah.
on
Let's
here.
do
Just
it.
literally let him talk and tell us really funny things about bad movies.
There are days, there are times that you just save my segment of this entire show. So he started off by saying, by the way, he gave this a B-.
Oh,
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
'cause he
why I
knows
wanted,
what he's talking about.
Because I wanted to make sure, I included him with the critics because he gave this a B- while everyone else is kind of dogging on it. Despite its obvious desire to be a generic summer blockbuster, National Treasure has only one huge explosion, a single brief car chase, and just a smattering of gunfire. This restraint goes a long way, actually. The film isn't as loud or annoying as most of its bombastic blockbuster brethren. It's not any smarter than those movies either, though. It's not any smarter than those movies, though. Releasing it in November instead of July does nothing to convince me of otherwise. He goes on to say that perhaps there is some acknowledgement that the basic premise of hidden clues pointing to an unimaginable cache of treasure is pure fantasy, and that no matter how much real history is couched in, it's still going to be a little silly when you think about it. Which is why the movie encourages you, and I also encourage you, not to think about it. Cage is fun, and Justin Bartha gets off a few good one-liners as his wisecracking, history-ignorant partner. There is a startling lack of imagination in places. Ben's obligatory romance with Abigail, the fact that here is perhaps the 1 millionth British character in a movie to be named Ian. But don't focus on that. Focus on the fast-paced, appealingly goofy narrative and dream about what you would do with all that treasure.
Hell yeah, Eric.
Heck yeah, bro.
That's the man right there.
That's the man. How about this? This person just said, took the time to make an IMDb rating. Gave this a 7 out of 10. Feast Mode, just simply titled My Notes.
Just copied and pasted his note app.
Very funny and entertaining movie. Some good action, comedy, and general excitement. There are also some cheesy moments, but nothing too severe. I miss Nicolas Cage in his prime. That's it.
He's there. He's always been there.
looks
He's
like
never
my
gone.
notes when I'm watching a movie for this
Did
show.
you guys might be more interested to know that 21 out of 21 people found that review helpful.
Wow.
Yeah. This is 10 out of 10. Truly a good film to be enjoyed forever, said Dalton Serrett. Warning, spoilers. This movie is amazing. Great storyline with great ideas to really make you think. Keeps you on the edge of your seat with which clue they will uncover next. You'll watch this movie again and again. There were spoilers in there. Warning, people don't know what spoilers are. I don't think they know what a spoiler is. Guys, I'll give you a 1 out of 10 here. This is the last one. Yeah. I'll give you this one. Okay. Not smart, literal people. That's what this person said. Warning, spoilers again. People like me will tear this movie apart. It's just not realistic. The plot is so predictable. You can't anticipate everything that happens. You can anticipate everything that happens conveniently, of course. They find the boy, you're punctuation is killing me, bro. And become filthy rich and trick the bad guy. We've seen it a million times before, have we? The writers of this movie must think that the majority of the movie going public is stupid. They must be right, because the majority of people actually like this film. I need that soundbite just for my...
It's the Moby.
Just keyboard sounds. You'd think with all the work that's gone on in New York Underground, that room would have been discovered before.
Sure.
I mean, kind of.
You're thinking too hard. You're thinking way too hard.
And all that was constructed during the Civil War? Please. And the love story between Ben and Abigail? How cute. And I thought the romance in Clive Cussler novels was weak.
I read too.
I read books.
So
Clive Cussler's hard to say.
That man knows action, right? They just fall in love like that in 2 seconds? Whatever. I'd be more convinced with saving my own ass than getting some.
Well, that's really different.
The hell with the girl.
man.
The hell with that girl and that stupid piece of paper. 1 out of 10, garbage. We've got Little Lebowski. You guys mind if I pop that in there? Of course you
Hell
don't,
yeah.
because they've earned it. Little Lebowski, Urban Achievers guys on our exclusive Discord channel. Jump in there via Patreon. You know.
You know how people are always like, how can I talk on your show? That's how you do it.
Is that how I do it?
You get in there, you get in the Little Lebowski tier at patreon.com/confusedbreakfast. You write your review for an upcoming movie we're doing, and we read it.
Interesting.
Jarrett Layoff and so he said, until now, I had no intention to watch it. I'm going backwards on his comments here. He said, I know about this movie. He says, this is a funny thing. I know about this movie, and my friend Michael, who actually introduced me to you guys, has been trying to get me to watch it for about 2 years now. I've never seen this. And until now, he had no intention to watch the movie.
Hell yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Special.
Mike Guiliano, executive producer.
Yes.
Coming on back around. Random, but I just now, after submitting my review and everything, realized that the director, John Turteltaub, also directed as his first TV project one of my favorite episodes of anything ever, the Apollo 12 episode from the Earth to the Moon, which I know sounds a little ridiculous, but it's honestly so good. And it's just weird to find that he's tied to both of my favorite movies and now my favorite shows. On a huge tangent, if you've never seen that show, it still holds up. Tom Hanks, Ron Howard, basically the same gang as Apollo 13.
Dang.
I will check it out. Why is this doing this to me? Great. Let's see. And probably one of my favorite Christmas-themed episodes of TV is in there as well. Mike Guiliano giving us all the goods that we can explore after this movie, guys.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Well, boys, before we get going, a toast, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure.
To high treason. That's what all these men were committing when they decided to start a podcast recording their wacky conversations. Had anyone actually tuned in and listened, they would have been hanged, beheaded, drawn, and quartered. And my personal favorite, had their entrails cut out and burned. So here's to the men who did what they thought people actually wanted in order to realize that no one cared at all. Here we go.
Cheers.
So scene 1, Benjamin Franklin Gates is an American historian, cryptographer, and treasure hunter. He was told at a young age that he's next in a long line of family treasure hunters. His ancestor was given a secret clue to where a fabled treasure was hidden. Ben and his friend, computer expert Riley Pohl, had an expedition financed by a wealthy Ian Howe to find the Charlotte in the Arctic. Within the ship, they find a Meerschaum pipe whose engravings revealed the next clue is on the Declaration of Independence. When Ian reveals himself as a crime boss and suggests stealing the Declaration, a fight ensues and the group splits. I'm sorry, I wrote this at 3 a.m. in a car that was disabled while waiting for a tow truck. So
It's okay.
Yeah,
Thank you for doing it.
You're welcome.
Right off the bat, quality.
Quality,
because it's Jerry Bruckheimer.
Mm-hmm.
Right off the bat, that logo, the thunder striking the tree. We know it's going to be a good movie.
Stamp.
that's how you know. Yeah.
Yeah. I do like this. I kind of like this little premise of like the kind of cold open, if you will.
Sure feels like Princess Bride.
It's certainly it feels like Goonies. It feels like Princess Bride. It feels like a lot of things going on. But I like the whole story going throughout this. Like I watched this movie a bunch just leading up to this, and there were these moments I started to realize he's telling this story. Yeah, there's this amazing treasure, and then it was lost for centuries. And then some more guys found it, and they were like, oh, yeah, let's become the Knights Templar. We got to move it again. And then the guy who made up the suggestion paid the rest of them in pizza and beer so they could go and move this bullshit again. And the Knights Templar are just basically glorified two men in a truck.
Hottest day of the year.
And the hottest day of the fucking year, just because they knew it wasn't going to rain. And that's what they fucking did with their summer, is they moved this fucking treasure again. That's what all this entire story is about. Yeah, they kept moving it from place to place just so those damn British wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't like the more you dive in. This is the perfect example of a movie where just stop thinking. Just follow them the way they go.
I know.
But that's not what we do here. I'm over analyzing everything, and they're telling this story about how Carroll is the one going. He's dying. He's going to tell President Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they never really actually say
But
what
Jackson wasn't there, but
Yeah.
we all know what presidents are off doing.
Well,
anyway.
yeah.
Playing
of
golf.
course. But they
Sure.
it doesn't say. I'm assuming that he's going to be like, hey, President Jackson, here's the treasure, here's the thing. But we just got done hearing that none of them want the treasure to fall into the hands of any one man or any one government. So why was he going to tell? What was he actually going to tell President Jackson? But then he's not there. So then instead he just goes, hey, random person, here's a clue,
Yeah.
and then he dies.
A secret
Like
lies
X's in his eyes.
with Charlotte.
So I don't understand at all what he was trying to tell President Jackson, but then also to just go, hey, random person, it's the treasure of a lifetime. Like, but here's a clue. I don't know. Whatever. Figure it out.
See what happens. But then you have, like, I love story time in movies.
Heck yeah.
I say it, and then you have Christopher Plummer
Yep.
telling this story. You got me, man. I don't care. Like, yes, valid points all around. But, yeah, I don't give a shit. It's Christopher Plummer doing it. And I just hope this kid is not in the movie for very long. And then that's all I'm thinking.
How awesome, Sean, how awesome is this? The kid gets knighted, this stupid kid, and then his head goes down, and then his head goes up, and it's Nic Cage.
And it's Nic Cage.
It's glorious.
I think
It's awesome.
that's all you two could ever ask for is like, God, I hope this kid said, thank God it's Nic Cage. Yes. Like, it's just,
I hope. Please tell
Turn
me
it
this is
around.
Nic Cage. Is this kid Nic Cage grown up? It
the
is.
shining light beacon.
Fuck
Nic Cage
yeah.
shows his face finally.
it's like I freaking hate kids in movies. I like Nic Cage in movies. Thank God it's him. So, but do you guys like that? It felt like a little bit of a lazy transition for the for him to raise his head and it be Nic Cage.
That was awesome.
You're like, whatever.
It was fucking awesome.
Could have been like a better like dissolve or anything like that, but they're just like, it's not even lined up good. It's just like,
with
what the hell was he doing down there?
with
He's
like
driving.
a Hans Zimmer drum beat to like intro,
Yeah.
just driving the snowcat.
I'll be honest. I didn't care because anything that got me to the actual person of this family that can actually do shit. Because are you realizing that this dad is completely right? John Voight is literally like, we ain't found shit. Because literally, he said his grandpa's grandpa was the one that got the note. Do you realize we're talking 7 generations between the guy that got the note from Carroll to Ben Gates, and how far have they made it? Nothing. They still don't know where the Charlotte is.
They needed to wait for it's like James Cameron. He needs to wait for technology to catch up to his ideas.
But they're talking about how they're this family of explorers. They ain't found shit. They ain't even figure out the first clue. And so anything to just get me past this bullshit to a guy that can actually find the shit, I'm in. Let's go.
It's true. I mean, no wonder that the Gates family is like the laughing stock. Because it's like, oh, what do you guys do? We're explorers and treasure hunters. Oh, really? Like, what have you done? Like, I mean, I'm sure I've probably seen you in the newspaper because everything that's happened that happens of importance in, the 1800s is put in the newspaper. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, yeah, we've been in the newspaper before. We haven't really found much or anything. Oh, I remember where I heard of you. Gates family, absolute jackasses. That's what the fucking headline was.
It's the photo of them holding the note that goes,
yeah. Well, it's kind of
where is
like,
it?
imagine like introducing yourself to like your grandpa or something, like asks you like, so what are you up to, son? What you been doing? He's like, oh, looking for treasure. It's like telling your family that you do a podcast. It's like, what do you do? I do a podcast. You make money at it? Well, yeah. It's like, oh, fucking thank God.
Jesus, thank you,
Holy
Jesus.
Shit.
What do you do? I'm in a band. Oh, that's cute.
Oh, how's that going for you?
Wow.
Oh, you play a bunch? You do some music and stuff?
You play Sweet Home Alabama?
That's a great song.
Freebird?
Play anything I'd know? Yeah? Have you been on the radio?
What's your podcast about? Oh, we record our conversations.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
That's cute.
Wow.
Maybe I'll tune in. Yeah, right.
You won't know how.
And they forgot about it the very next moment. I like this dynamic, honestly. I might be a broken record on this about. I actually really like the dynamic of Ben Gates and Ian Howe, and I also really like. I'm at the point that, after all the stuff that Ian's probably been through on all this, I think he's kind of in the right.
He's like, okay, this is fucked. I'm tired of all your we need to salvage this ship and do and all keep it all for history. It's not us. It's not for us. It's for history. It's like at this point I've invested way too much into this of just my time. Yeah. Not let alone money. These snowcats cost a lot. The kerosene that I've used to fill these motherfuckers is not cheap. Okay.
No. But guys, Sean, let's reverse here. You're blowing my mind. Ian, remember, we still have not found anything in 7 generations, and we just now find the ship, which, by the way, is buried under 3 inches of snow.
3 inches of snow.
He does like 6 light hacks. Like, we found something.
Aha!
Come on now. Blizzards of Antarctica. But anyway, Ian has been he's been like so invested in this. They found their first clue, and he's like, that's not enough. We gotta get going. Like, he already is ready to give up, and they haven't found shit until now. Yeah. This should be so exciting for everyone.
I will kill for this, literally.
They really do lead you to believe that there's been plenty of clues found up to this point, right? You have to think about that. But the clue that was given to the grandfather's grandfather, whatever, was literally the secret lies with Charlotte. That's the fucking fortune cookie. That's not a goddamn clue. And so there's nothing there. And so you have to assume then at this point, because John Voight says that he's dedicated 20 years of his life to it. And I pray to God he found something else because they make it sound like they definitely did. Oh, we found tons of different clues. Oh, yeah, look at this one. I found a bunch of clues inside these letters.
Found a clue in my pants.
And I found a raging clue over here. But unfortunately, you're right.
But then he does get them into the boat. And the other clue he finds is like this pipe. He's like, okay. You led me all the way out here just to smoke a bowl with you, dude. That is
and
fucked
you broke
up.
it.
Let's do it, but I'm still fucking mad. This is bullshit.
Well, and that's what I have to say is it's 2 years ago. It's I was gonna find Charlotte. Who would have thought? And Ian literally says he's like, I knew you would have found it. That's why I invested. That's why I believed you.
They found it,
and I knew you would find it regardless. But I'm glad I could help expedite this process because somebody had to, based on your relatives, your ancestors, not finding shit. And so they find this. And by the way, we also have to be understanding that Ben at one point alluded to the fact the treasure's there.
Oh,
the treasure's there with this
That's
boat.
very true. He did say that.
Like it's
alluding to the fact he knows nothing.
Yeah.
No one knows anything about anything.
And he's
Just another clue.
The exasperation on like Ian's face of just like, what is it? Is this it? And he's like, no, it's another clue. Awesome. And he's just like, I thought you said it was gonna be here.
Don't you understand? The hunt continues. More money.
Hooray! It's the path.
This is what we live for.
Guys, they say it all the time. It's not the destination, it's the journey. You don't want to get to the treasure. You just want to enjoy the journey.
It's the story you're going to tell people, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
By the way, look, Ben, after all this stuff, and you kind of come to this conclusion that the map or whatever it is on the back of the Declaration of Independence, right? I don't think you're in any position to like get upset with Ian. It's like, because he's like, well, they're not just going to let us like walk on in and like, test on the Declaration. He's like, well, I know that. It's like, calm down. It's all my fucking money here.
Yes.
Okay. I'm the one who's invested in all this. I know, but now you're just kind of being a dick to me.
Dude, humanize Ian here. He's completely right in what he says. He's like, okay, so we know that the world's greatest treasure is the next clue is the Declaration of Independence. So we're going to go get it.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I know how to do it. And well, hold on. That's the most important document in history. We can't. His whole 7 generations of people are going to stop at this point now.
Right.
He's like, well, I guess it's over now because we can't touch the Declaration of Independence. But Ian's saying, dude, you've been ridiculed by this entire community your entire life. What do you don't owe shit to shit.
He's like, I literally want this for you.
Yes,
I want you to be able to rub this in their
and
faces.
guess what? We're going to steal. And the big thing with Ben is Ben's like, well, if Ian gets the Declaration of Independence, he's not going to care. He's just going to get the map of it. He's going to throw it in the trash. If you would just go with him, then you could be like, Ian, it's very important to me that we do preserve the Declaration of Independence.
For sure, man.
Ian will be like, oh, yeah, dude, no.
Makes total sense.
I'm British, and I know this is kind of weird, British in America, Declaration. But you know what? That's fine. You can have that. As long as we're moving forward and you're helping, like, we'll make sure the Declaration's fine.
Yeah, everyone else has stopped here. You're just going to stop now? We're $500,000 in debt, bro.
Yep.
Like, let's keep going. Let's figure out a way to get to the Declaration of Independence, even if we have to steal it.
It's a weird hill for him to die on at this point.
It's a strange hill for him to die on, for Ian to actually just say, I mean, we could see if we can borrow it. That's borderline a little joke, like, right, guys, we could just maybe borrow it. That's funny,
really
yeah.
funny, dude.
I don't know what we're gonna do though, It's just like, but you just lash out at him, and so it's like, well, you don't think my expertise, just stops with writing checks to you? It's like, I have ways. They're not necessarily, good, but I have ways of getting some things done. It's like, oh yeah, like what? You're gonna go in and steal it? It's like, no, I was just gonna, go in and seduce the pretty lady with my British accent and see if she would just give us an opportunity to maybe go in and check it out and
pretty
see
cool.
if there's a thing. And that's pretty much it. I have been, a 007 agent, a 00 agent before. People like me. Oh,
People love me. My hair is the best it's ever been in
the
any
best
movies.
it's ever been.
People love it. I am peak dude right now.
Yeah.
Peak Bean.
Peak Bean.
That is. Have you seen Peak Bean?
Peak Bean is charming as fuck.
But that's like all it is. Like, that's all. But no, let's make this a huge thing right here, right now, in the gunpowder old ship, and
In the middle of nowhere.
in the middle of nowhere. Let's get on a different page now. That's a
couldn't-
good idea.
I couldn't help but think of The Thing, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
dude.
it was just like gunpowder fire. And
Yeah.
Pretty
it's
cool.
like, that's a good movie.
It's just like all you got to do, man.
Oh, that's a good movie. Oh man, I wish I was watching The Thing right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to watch The Thing now. It's like all you had to do in this moment was be like, okay, Ian, I guess I'll hear you out. Let's go get in the snowcats and go back to a nice warm cup of coffee and whiskey or something. And
We can talk about it.
we'll talk about it later. That's all you got to fucking do.
I do love this is
So
like,
much,
This
man.
is so Nic Cage in this movie. Just the whole him reading the
Yes.
scroll. It's a riddle. I need to think, and him talking it through. Like it's
Again.
It's just so lazy to like talk through the riddle. but it's just so fun because it's Nic Cage.
Yeah, and then what's his name? His buddy is like, you have to kind of sift through his musings. Like he'll eventually get there. It's like the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck. Okay. Okay. Well, it's that easy then.
Penned in iron. Iron pen, iron pen, the Declaration of Independence, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Finkel is Einhorn.
Einhorn
Is Einhorn.
Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
Declaration of Independence. Yeah.
And then it does kind of come around a little too convenient.
Yeah, of course.
But again, all you had to do at this point was literally say, he's like, I need to think. And it's like, here? Can we go back to the hotel?
Are we
time.
done here?
I bought us a suite at the hotel.
It's the only hotel in Antarctica.
I get
Yeah.
most of my good thinking done in a hot tub.
Yeah.
Let's go.
How about it? Can we just not do that here?
No, we have to do here. Fine, Jesus Christ. You're going to make me fucking kill your ass.
Nice.
Do you know the one thing, again, I don't understand why people can't fact check things. Like, why do you have to blatantly make the wrong facts in your movie? How he says 55 people signed the Declaration of Independence. 56 people signed it.
Yeah.
Why is this a thing?
Yeah.
Like, why can't we just be like, oh shit, hey, we were wrong. It's 56. Change the plot.
So is this,
It's Herbie hand.
It's Herbie.
does this just confirm again that they're just not very good treasure hunters or historians for that matter?
I don't even know. I do want to talk about Justin Bartha, though, as Riley.
I do too. I think actually he's got some of the best lines. He might be one of my favorite characters.
I'm going to go out and agree with you that upon every time that I watch this, I like his character even better.
Yeah.
And it took me 1 second to be like, how do I know him? Like, what is the thing I know him from? It's Riley. His actor name, his real name is Justin Bartha. The thing that made me go, he's Doug in The Hangover.
The Hangover, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the one thing that made me just go, oh shit, that's him. I couldn't quite grasp it at that point in time when I was watching it.
Honestly, when the movie slows down to give him like these kind of moments, they shine.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because he has this thing. He's like, what the heck? Why would it be all the way out here? And like, he's like, well, I'm no expert, but continues to rattle off expert knowledge of like exactly probably what
And
happened.
then walks away.
And then walks away.
Don't listen to me. I broke a shoelace this morning.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
It's bad luck.
When he did hit that first joke, I was like, oh no, is this going to be another, what's his name in St. Elmo's Fire for me?
Yep.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That
Yep.
kind of snarky, just attitude that he has. I'm
Right.
like, oh no. But you're right. It completely won me over. I love his performance.
Yep.
And it is really actually welcome. Like
I think
all of
so.
his jokes that he has, it's a really good break from this like knowledge dump, this exposition dump, pretty much.
It's kind of surprising that he didn't go on to like bigger things.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what
He's
he's
a
doing
very,
now.
very good actor. And I think maybe part of it is that, he was in the Hangover movies, but it's fucking Doug. No, Doug never gets to have fun. Doug
Yeah.
never does anything cool in
Doug
those
gets
movies.
married.
Yeah, Doug gets
Marriage
married.
is gay.
He gets- Marriage is gay.
I hate that so much. Damn it.
That's how they portray it in the.
It's very
Good.
in
Very
those
good.
movies.
Yeah,
It's something like that.
we're going to do that movie very soon.
Yeah.
I'll explain it and set you up.
Okay.
So scene 2, Ben and Riley report Ian's plan to the FBI and Abigail Chase of the National Archives, but they don't believe them. Shocking. Ben decides to protect the Declaration by stealing it himself. Obtaining Abigail's fingerprints, he successfully obtains the Declaration, but he's spotted by Ian's group. After a holdup in the gift shop, Abigail confronts Ben and takes back the document. Ian promptly kidnaps her, but Ben and Riley rescue Abigail, tricking Ian by leaving behind a souvenir copy of the Declaration. So we got producer Logan in the house. He did just correct us. He said, because he's a history nerd, actually, he said that 55 people did sign it at the time, but then the note was written, the clue was written, and then after that, another person signed it after that. So 56 people did indeed sign it, but 55 at the time of it.
So whoever this guy is, this fucking pussy was just like, well, I'm a bit hesitant. Like, I don't really want to get my head cut off or
treason and
anything.
entrails.
But, dude, that's a big deal. You
guys know what would happen to us?
Yeah, it looked like it all worked out. Oh, I'll give me that. I'll
Yeah, let me sign.
I'll sign. Give me a little sign there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
I'll put
yeah.
my name on historical document.
Oh yeah. Oh, everything's cool now. I'm glad I want to sign too.
Right on. I love America.
Fuck
Always
yeah, dude.
have.
Fuck yeah.
I just wasn't there. I was sick.
I tried to get a proxy in for my signature, but they just weren't doing that then. So
My secretary was sick too.
yeah.
I don't know. It was a whole thing.
Sector sick too. So let's talk about this. We got them saying, "Hey, FBI." We went to the FBI, and they also said Homeland Security, I believe, was the other agency, and they say, "Hey, we have on good authority. We know that there's going to be an attempt to steal the Declaration of Independence at this point." Here we are, and then they go to Abigail Chase, who she's like the curator of all this stuff. Like, really, I mean, go to the source, right?
Yeah.
Nobody believes them, and the first thought is, well, now I want to steal it. You don't believe? Well, I'll prove you wrong.
Well, first I'll try and tell on you.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna do it.
But at the same time, if why? It's the whole premise of the story, right? I mean, it's the whole premise, guys. I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. It's like, no, don't do that. Because we've already alluded to the fact that it's basically impossible for anybody to do like a smash and grab job on this, okay? Which we know Ian well enough and all of his goons that they're going to do a smash and grab job on this. So just let it fucking happen. Let it happen. Just be like, and then you can stand there in the dark shadow like you did at the end of the movie, but do it now and save us all a bunch of fucking time. And you could just wait there while he tries to do the smash and grab, and then he gets caught.
Yeah.
And then move in.
You go in and
that's
you say,
a big distraction.
And then you say, cool, guys, remember when I told you this was going to happen?
Yeah.
Told you.
So here's why.
Here's why. Now, it's true that they did that. They broke in, or they tried to steal it. It's also true, like I said before, there's a map on the back. Can we at least look at a corner of the thing? Because I know which corner to look at. There you go. Movie solved.
But that's again, because he would do that if he thought that Ian and his team would get caught. But he doesn't, because he knows that Ian and his team are that good enough to steal it.
He thinks they're that good.
So then just go with him.
It's fucking
like, just do it with him.
Fucking Washington's 11 over here. Oh no, they're good. No, they're good.
It is really funny though when they are talking to Chase.
Yeah, Abigail Chase.
That they're like, and that's where we lost the Homeland Security.
That's a really funny conversation.
It's a really funny bit.
Especially when she's like, there's nothing on the back of the map. And Riley goes, shit. And he goes, it's invisible. he goes, and that's where we lost the Central Intelligence Agency.
Yeah, that's where we lost the FBI, and that's where we lost Homeland Security. It's just like
really funny bit.
He is the definition. I really do believe like his character is the definition, a textbook of comic relief in a scenario like this.
It's a very good job of doing it.
Correct. Rather than having it take you out of the story, let him just fill in the cracks. Let him just. It's so good to have those, and it's honestly, I think you have to commend his delivery on it as much as anything, as much as the line itself.
He does one where he goes, he's turning off the camera. He's switching the camera to like the pre-recorded version. And he goes, all right, turning off the cameras in 5, 4, 3, now. Wait, you skipped 2 and 1. What the hell?
Why build it up?
Because it doesn't fucking matter, because he's the only other one there. It's gonna be
No one cares.
What am I saying?
And it's really, is that the hot girl? How does she look? He's just like fucking with him.
Pretty good.
You think Ben Gates is a Republican?
Oh,
I don't. I think this was a simpler time when no one talked about whether they were.
Good answer,
shock and
Mike.
awe.
Yeah.
He was a libertarian.
Like when I was in 2nd grade and I asked my dad because I had to vote for Bush or Dukakis in the 2nd grade thing, and came home. I was like, Dad, I voted for Dukakis because it's a funny name. Who'd you vote for? My dad's like, son, we don't talk about
We
that.
don't say that.
It was a simpler time.
We don't say that stuff.
Yep.
Now we root for sports teams. It's fine.
That's
Yeah,
it. We root for red or blue sports teams.
That is not what
all we
our
do.
founding fathers wanted when they signed the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that fucker Thomas McKeon, who was the 56th one, who's like, oh, now I'm ready.
Fucking pussy.
Thomas
dude.
McKeon.
Wow, dude.
Do you think this is like the same protocol-ish that they do
No.
have in place
No.
to protect the DOI, the DOI?
The doy?
Sean, there's no way that this is real.
You don't think so?
But isn't it kind of? Don't we know that is actually it is a fake, or no?
No,
It's being
mean
on
that-
display like for real and.
Sometimes they say sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Isn't that
Okay.
like another movie?
Well, it's like the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it's on display. The real one is on display. Sometimes it's not. Unfortunately, like for the sake of maintaining the document itself, or the Mona Lisa, or old pieces of artwork, paper, whatever, it can't literally be exposed to light for a certain amount of time. It can't be exposed to
Apparently common
air,
colds.
common colds. It could be scratched, stolen, breathed on wrong. Who knows?
I can't see a world where this is actually a thing where it like is in bulletproof glass and it drops down into a case.
The day that like it's just sitting there and some kid's just like, oh, that's cool, man. And then it's just like it starts showing the numbers. Oh my god. The one day where they have the real one.
No. Here's what happens: is here's what happens. They're showing him. Some technician has the Declaration of Independence out. They're doing some work on it. They've got it on the backside. There's nothing there, and this nerd's drinking a lemonade.
Fucking lemonade.
He's drinking a lemonade. And somebody tells a joke, and he goes, "Oh no! Oh,
And
dude!"
he's like, you got it on there. It's like, it's okay. It'll come out. Oh fuck! Whoa,
Oh,
God!
You've been smoking out of the pipe of Maharsham.
The Marshawn. You've been hitting that Marshawn pipe. What, Marshawn Lynch? I don't fucking know.
I do love how literally they just get done telling us how just incredible security is and how it's impossible. This is the most important document known to man that no one will ever get their hands on. And two different groups of people break in on the same night from two different directions, and both are successful.
Well, I do. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I do like how they like are showing Ben and Justin. Ian.
Oh, Justin. Yeah.
What's his character?
His buddy or?
Yeah, Justin
Riley.
Bartha.
Riley.
Sorry, they're showing Ben and Riley's like all their like get up and like their plan and what they're gonna do,
Yeah.
and it cuts to Ian and his gang like literally taking out C4.
It's just bombs.
It's like,
Bombs, guns.
that's how we do it around here.
Yeah.
Dude. That's American way.
See, you know what? I think all they had to do actually, Sean, was say like if it was the FBI, Homeland Security, Abigail Chase, all they had to do is like go through this whole thing. And they could have gotten past. There's a map on the back of the Declaration of Independence. Gotten past that, it's invisible. Gotten past that, and there's like the other guy who's trying to steal is British.
No,
Dude, a red coat?
Not again!
They should have led with
A
that.
red coat? No!
Everyone knows that if a British person gets their hands on this document, takes it back to Britain, and lights it on fire, then it's back to normal.
It's all undone.
The ink is invisible.
It's all undone.
Well, you're fucking. That sounds really fucking weird and stupid. Yeah, but the guy that's trying to steal is British.
Fuck!
Call everybody.
Idiots. They should have led with that.
Lead with the guy's British. Like, that's all you had to say. I'm
these
saying.
people are fucking dumb.
I also really like some of the ideas of like how they're like it's really intricate, right? And at first the montage of like of Ben setting up the whole thing, right? And he's got that invisible ink stuff that shows under the right light. And then at first he does the test thing, and all I wanted it to be was whatever was the note from Big Lebowski, like the dick or something. It was like he drew an invisible ink.
Jack the Treehorn.
Yeah. He's like scratched. It's like, what the fuck? It's a dick. And then after that, like, think about this, right? Abigail Chase is super stressed. Like, she's like, oh my God, something happened with Declaration of Independence. It's our most prized document. I mean, anything that goes wrong with this document, I could lose my job, right? And she feels that button, gets the stuff on her hands. She's stressed out. She's anxious. Probably had too many cups of coffee. She like mistypes and has to hit like backspace a couple of times on the keyboard. It's just like, He's like, it worked. Oh, shit.
I have had a few champagnes.
Exactly. She's had a couple drinks. She's nervous. I mean, like after all this shit, and like, you mean to tell me that she like nailed that? Bullshit.
No, I don't think I've ever typed in my password without having to do it twice.
I've always had to do it twice, and I can only imagine like him like seeing that and being like they have to do, what is it, the anagram or whatever the puzzle thing.
Yeah, Valley Forge.
It's just like Dick Forge, Forge.
It's Valley Forge.
It's Valley Forge.
It's I mean, like that kind of shit where he just has his epiphanies.
Yeah.
Like his historian
Yep.
epiphanies,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
I'm so smart.
are pretty cheesy, but dude, they just work.
Yeah.
They really, I don't care.
Even
It's like last week in Face Off. Like that equivalent of such a stupid bombastic
Yep.
action scene, it doesn't matter.
They're moving fast enough
fun.
that it's like it doesn't give you time to analyze. Let's just go. I always think about it in a theater. They're moving along so that way, and we don't have time to analyze. So just let them do the thing.
Yeah.
You're right.
And even this, like him paying the $35 to buy the map. Hey, you gonna steal that? And he's actually stealing like the real declaration. He's like, oh yeah, no, sorry. And he actually has to buy it, and he doesn't have enough money. Like
$35.
yeah, I don't set the prices.
That's crazy.
By the way, 2004. I want to know that inflation. Actually, I've never done an inflation calculator. I don't think for like early 2000s.
Yeah.
But I think you guys would actually probably be shocked at what the difference of cost is. I'll look it up for you.
I bet it's double.
You think? Yeah.
I'd say it's double.
I
Like
bet it's in
$70
there.
bucks.
Yeah, I bet that's a $70 map, bro.
Damn.
I bet it is.
I mean, like even I was shocked to see that, like, oh, changing rooms in the men's bathroom. That's pretty nice.
Oh, progressive.
At the fucking whatever place it is, they hold the DOI, the DOI. Can you imagine walking in there and like not seeing the declaration? Like it's your whole life. It's your whole life protecting this thing, and like walking in there and it's like, holy fuck. Like the one document that made all of this possible, that made it so you could be born here or whatever is going on, is gone.
Yeah. The whole thing that your job revolves around.
It's like, you know, like I think I left my keys on the counter, and then like you walk into your house and they're not there. You're like, fuck.
My whole life.
Yeah.
Going back to your thing about the you know, of all the things, like the most secure document, all the things we learn about this in a very quick amount of time, Mike, the fact that honestly the big ace in the hole for Ben Gates in this is, well, they're going to pull up security for like up top. They're not going to have as much security downstairs. It's like they wouldn't just hire some more security. They wouldn't just get some
more
additional
people. No, we only have the two guys.
Just get some event security for upstairs, because the upstairs doesn't fucking matter. Because
Yeah, who cares?
what, they're going to be stealing from the gift shop? Oh, bummer. Oh. It's like your whole plan was just based on like having security like shifted. It's like they would have just got more security, bro. Come on, don't even. It was about $60, by the way.
Cool.
$60.
Wow.
It's a $60 map. Or well,
Before we move on to the next scene, it's time for Mike's new game. What's the porn name? I'm still.
What's
the porn name?
Porn.
What is this movie? What's the alter? I don't know. I'm still working on it. This is where you guys
you're
guess what National Treasure is. What the porn title of this movie would be?
Okay.
You got any guesses? This one's a fun one. It's not like overly like dirty, but it's fun.
Yeah. National Treasure. I'm trying to do what Ben Gates is doing with like the words.
Valley
Trying to switch them around.
55 Iron Men.
Iron Man.
Iron Pen.
Orgy.
You go. It'll spark me.
National Pleasure. That's the one.
I think you're right. I think that's the win.
I think the soundbite should be bow chicka wow wow. And it goes, what's the porn name? And I think that's gonna be the
Okay,
Hey, let me try it one more time. Ready?
all right.
So we'll get the bow chicka wow wow,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's gonna be what's the porn name?
Give it to me.
Okay. What's the porn name?
Give it to me.
Scene 3. The FBI, led by Agent Sandusky, begins tracking Ben. Going to Ben's dad's house, they study the declaration and discover a message that refers to Benjamin Franklin's silence do-good letters, which are now at the Franklin Institute. Paying a schoolboy to view the letters and decipher the code for them, Ben, Riley, and Abigail discover a message pointing to the bell tower of Independence Hall. Pursued by Ian, they find a brick containing a pair of spectacles with multicolored lenses.
We did kind of gloss over their getaway when they kidnap Chase, and she's like kind of with them. She did. Diane Kruger did a lot of her own stunts.
That's probably why
especially in that scene.
Probably why she's so intimidating to like somebody like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
She's just willing to just go that extra mile here for this performance. But number one, like, we can talk about Diane Kruger for just a second. I mean, number one, she's like breathtaking in this movie.
Yep.
Like this like crazy mix of just like classy, beautiful woman, you know, whatever, and smart and knows her craft so well and is very dedicated. And then you're just like, okay, what are you doing with this Ben Gates guy? Go, stop it. Just stop it. No, she's great in this role, man. She is really good. I think, honestly, and I like that they don't kind of try to hide the fact that she's not necessarily like American born or whatever. Like she was, she's German heritage, you know, because her accent throughout like really pops through. And I always realized that as a kid, but I didn't get it, right? I was like, wait a second. I always thought it was basically like the president. You can't work in Washington, D.C. if you're not American, because I'm an idiot. But no, I like that they just kind of let her character kind of be her, and she kind of molded it, and she was very dedicated to the role. I think her along with Justin Bartha, if you don't have this supporting cast, I don't think you have this movie.
I think she's really special in this. Her expertise, like you say, with being the curator or the proprietor or protector pretty much of this document, you know, it's really believable, and it's really cool to see that she did her own stunts. It's really cool to see that how she got this role and then moved on to be what she is now, like in Glorious Bastards and a bunch of other things, man. Like, I think she's a extremely welcome presence in this. And as far as their like romance, as we'll get to, it's like a lot of other movies that we do. We don't really need it, I don't think, but it's just nice.
Yeah.
Who cares?
The kids are going to love it.
Yeah, let them kiss.
Kids are going to love it.
Kids are going to love it. Yeah, I love her a lot in this.
We do need to consult the Jarrett Layoff Confused Breakfast Actor Database.
Bring it.
With the end of May of Swayz Uncaged, this takes Nic Cage to 7 total movies that we have done, which is now a tie in second place on our Mount Rushmore of actors. So Cage is firmly planted up there. A couple notables here. Alexander Bahautis plays the clothing store clerk. This is her 4th movie she's been in.
Really?
She was also in Con Air, Gone in 60 Seconds, and Days of Thunder. Very small roles. I don't think you might recognize her. Oleg Taktarov was Shippen. He was one of the henchmen. He was Train Igor in The Machine. He was a prison guard in Air Force One. So this was his third movie. Yeah. And then Harvey Keitel, his 3rd movie as well. Yep.
There we go.
Some of these guys moving up the list.
Totally forgot Harvey was in this, and then he's introduced. I'm like, holy shit.
Looks like he's wearing guy liner.
Yeah.
Did you catch that? He looks pretty in this movie.
He kind of always has looked like that to me. Like,
Really?
he's always kind of like accentuated his eyes a bit.
He's like that
Who's
dude
that?
from
Who?
Lost, Harvey Keitel.
Harvey Keitel? Yeah. He's got those dark eyelashes. You're right. I think
Dark eyelashes.
I think that's what it really comes down to.
Yeah. I'm doing anything. I'm holding my head up right now from falling asleep.
Are you okay?
I'm falling asleep.
Should we braid your hair?
No, please don't.
He's good. He's great in this. Obviously, like it is a bit of a tropey thing for me that like every time, you know, there's like several like sting operations that happen in this movie, and he does the classic like walk out. He's like, thought you'd get away with it, huh? You know, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
He's always doing that.
It's maybe the most awkward moment in the movie when he walks out and he sees Ben Gates. Hello, Mr. Gates. Like that kind of a thing. Like it's that kind of salute. Like it's just very awkward to the point of it's out of character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That you're just like, it feels like they should have cropped that shot a little bit. I don't know. But anyways, I digress.
A couple funny quotes from Riley here. I think they're riding in the car at this point, and he goes, "When are we gonna get there? I'm hungry. This car smells weird."
Your dad's got a pretty sweet ride.
Well, dude, and the first thing his dad says to him when they walk out is she pregnant?
Is she pregnant?
That's not the first time he's brought a girl home, and
Nope.
that has happened before.
Dude, yeah.
He's sick of this shit.
He makes this seem pretty light, later on in the dressing rooms. He's like, have you ever told somebody that you love them? Not related? More than one someone? Yes. Well, you say you'd be a little too cavalier in your personal life too. It's like, yeah, you've probably had these scares before, something like that, haven't you?
Yeah,
I think you have.
I think his dad might be onto something. I'm not helping your ass out again.
He's like, would you stop telling women that you're a treasure hunter? Okay, you're not a treasure hunter. You're a poser. Stop using that to get laid. Just
Remember,
stop.
We established that you ain't found shit.
You ain't found shit. You're still searching for Charlotte. Okay?
And when you finally did find shit, you were like, "No, I do it my own way."
Dad, I got the declaration. You didn't find it. You stole it. You're a crook.
You
Yeah.
are. Somebody's got to go to jail.
You're not a treasure hunter. You are a treasure taker.
How do you guys feel about John Voight in this?
Fine.
He's fine. Yeah, it's just anyone could have played this role.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be someone like John Voight. It's just sort of like, meh.
Does John Voight add star power to a movie like this?
Probably.
I mean, it's. I feel like it's one of those things that this is a movie that parents are going to take their kids to see in the theater.
A family movie, yeah.
So that way they can say, "Oh, John Voight," and then kind of pass that little bit of knowledge of this. Oh, there's Nic Cage, and all that stuff. That's kind of today's little bit of action hero. Oh, but John Voight.
What's the last movie we saw him in? Oh, Anaconda.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. With Ice Cube and
that's
Jennifer
right.
Lopez.
Oh,
Yeah.
John Voight. Oh,
I think it's time to do that one.
What was he? What was that? Deliverance. That was. Oh, you'll love Deliverance, young child.
What's that movie?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squeal like a pig.
No.
I remember that from somewhere.
Oh boy. The Silence Do-Good letters. This is another issue I really have, guys. Are we on? We're in 3, right?
Sure.
Why not, right? I don't fucking know. The Silence Do-Good letters. Here's my problem. Dad, we need the Silence Do-Good letters. Well, I don't have them. Where are they? Well, I donated them to the Ben Franklin Institute, blah, 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 in Philadelphia. Great. Well, now what are we going to do? And then that's when Riley just says, oh, don't worry, I'll just pull them up on Google. Because we can fucking read and see the images, the direct
Which
images.
means we didn't have to go to your dad's house.
Which means we didn't have to go there, which means we didn't have to we didn't have to go to Philadelphia again. We didn't have to. By the way, real convenient that you went to Philadelphia again, and then your next clue was there too. I don't know. Again, it's all too convenient, guys.
But that's where the treasure hunting movie doesn't do it for me, is because of the idea that if one thing goes wrong, if that pipe had been lost,
right,
then no one's ever gonna find it.
Or there was too much keef in it or something.
Yeah,
dude. Or they get to this tower thing, and turns out that building actually got demolished.
Yeah,
a couple years ago.
Yeah,
you cannot. And that reviewer was right. Someone would have found this by now.
Yeah.
We would have found this room.
Hey, we're trying to dig another sewer. We got more shitty condos to make shitters for, and so we gotta drill another tube for shitters and sewers. But we ran into this ancient historic room. You guys want us to do anything with that, or
How big is the room?
It's like 20 by 30.
Sounds like we got ourselves
No.
a man-made septic tank.
No. 20 by 30. Sorry, you were thinking feet. It's 20 by 30 miles.
Miles.
Oh.
Yeah,
miles.
It's miles away.
Miles away.
Let
We'll
it
get
drain.
to that.
Let
Yeah.
it drain, my man. Fuck it.
Even this daylight savings thing, at first I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's really smart.
Yeah.
But then you realize that, it depends on what time of year and what day.
Yeah.
You can't just assume if you were to draw a shadow, a mark on the concrete where a shadow is at the same time every day, for an entire year, I think it ends up making like a figure 8 or something like that. So it's not smart. None of this is smart.
But I don't know that.
Yeah.
And
and a kid doesn't know that.
A kid doesn't know that. And I'm still like, I don't care on that
agree.
aspect too. Are you in that belief, or are you just like just kind of?
I'm just also like, well, this is just something I think about. So when when he's like, oh, 2:22, it's like, well, yeah, but what time of year?
Does it take you out of it?
It makes me stop and think and be like, well, that's not right.
Okay.
Like, how do they know that's right?
The
And
only
in reality,
thing-
all they had to do is find the brick with the logo on it.
Yeah.
Right. And see, those are this does have two of the, this whole thing, this whole kind of sequence. The idea that you can just look up the letters or the letters of Silence Do Good on the internet. You can at least see an image of them, right? And like you can do the Ottendorf cipher. They had Google. We saw it later on. Like we see it a couple times. It's 2004.
Toogle or whatever they got
Or
around it.
Fucking ask Jeeves, the motherfucker.
Come
right?
on, he knows it.
You know. But beyond that, though, right? It's like, okay, you didn't have to go through that whole thing. But in the end, though, too, with the engraving on the brick, and then it's so easy to kind of like break down that stuff around it. That brick and mortar, that does not break down that easy. You're breaking through concrete with a
pocket knife.
That's a Gerber. That's an American-made product. He'll break that down.
just like his watch is a diver's watch. Maybe his knife is a diver's knife. Those things are sharp.
Do you know how much that watch was worth that he gave back as collateral? It's only about a $7,000 watch. It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
Not a big deal
Give
at all.
me that $100 bill.
Dude, I like.
And he said,
"Can I see one of those $100 bills I paid you with?"
No.
It's so good.
I think that's Alexander Balthouse.
Yes, that's right.
That's who that is. Yeah.
Well, why not? I'm not like. It's not like I'm a thief. Oh wait. Yeah. So
Man, this would have been so easy if I would have just let Ian steal the Declaration of Independence.
damn
In
it.
fact, where did I get this $100
Just let
bill?
him commit the felony, so you can. She even does that. We'll get there.
Fine.
But I like the other part that I will say is it's funny. Can I see one of those $100 bills? No. Oh, okay. Well, that's what anybody would say. But looking at it, and he's like, "You're gonna love this," and looks at the clock on a $100 bill. Why? Why $100? Why not a $2 bill? Maybe it would have been a $2. Why not a $5 bill or a $50 bill?
Was there $100 bills in the 1700s?
And he's explaining it like, well, in the original like illustrator was like a friend of Benjamin Franklin. It's like, I don't know if there was a $100 bill back then.
It's a cool sort of. Sorry, we're more on that.
No, I was just gonna say, you ever look at a $100 bill on weed?
Oh, weed.
George Washington was growing crops of
All
that
up
shit.
in that, dude. Fucking 420, dude.
Oh yeah, man. He used to crops
with
she was
that
a
like
cool lady, man.
that $100 bill thing, it does transition from that to Sean Bean giving that kid a $100 bill.
Yeah.
I'm like, Total Tob's doing a pretty good
Total
job.
Tob.
That's a pretty good editing moment. I do like that, but like,
I think that is and I know I'm sorry, I don't, sorry I cut you out. I'm not trying to be super nitpicky on this. It's just the kind of stuff now that we are being real, crazy about it. Those are the type of cuts that I think keep this alive.
Yeah.
What you're talking about.
well,
$100 bill cuts to Ian with the kid.
I'll be honest, what keeps it alive for me too is what like intrigued the actors and the filmmakers to do the movie was like the stealing of the Declaration of Independence should have been the climax of the movie.
yeah.
That in any other movie that's what it would be, but like stealing the Declaration of Independence, the DOI, that's the map to the rest of the movie,
Yeah.
And I do like how the treasure hunting movie is in like cities and historical, like the historical
You can learn
aspect of it.
something.
Sort of,
Yes.
yeah. But what I take most from it is that it is just like, I don't know, there's something about it that all other treasure movies are just like, Treasure of Sierra Madre. They're all in like the desert. They're all in like, there's in some like exotic place or something. Like Indiana Jones, like out in the jungle or whatever. This takes place in America. Like there could be treasure behind this wall. We just don't even know it. There's a clue that leads us to
You'll never know.
this place and that place. There's something about that regional kind of thing that I do really like about it.
And it does, as far as like a time frame goes, it certainly helps to kind of like narrow the scope because it's not like, look, if this took place in Italy, you're talking about thousands of years of potential history and actual things shifting around.
That's a really good point.
Whereas in this, you really do have to think about it. It
Not
is
that
true.
old.
I mean, our American history is genuinely a couple hundred years old. You know, a few hundred years old. Like, that's it. Like, for what we really have. So it does narrow the scope to be like, these are the things, and it got moved, and it was moved inside this time frame, and then it was like lost or saved again. You know.
Yeah, I like that about it a lot.
Yeah.
Good point.
Well, scene 4, the spectacles when used on the Declaration reveal a clue pointing to Trinity Church. Ian's associates chase the trio through Philadelphia until FBI arrests Ben. Abigail and Riley lose the Declaration to Ian, but Abigail convinces Ian to help them rescue Ben in exchange for the next clue. Ian agrees, contacts the FBI, and arranges a meeting at the USS Intrepid where they help Ben evade the FBI. Ian returns the Declaration and asks for the next clue, but when Ben remains coy, Ian reveals he's taken Patrick hostage.
You're doing really good, Mike. Just
You're
so you
hanging
know.
in there.
Yeah,
I love
you're
you.
doing really good.
I'm falling apart in front of your eyes, everyone.
So, like, is when they first inspect the document, the DOI, they are like handling it with like extreme care and like these gloves and everything. And then when they get the spectacles, they just don't have any gloves. They just like unravel it and like whoosh.
Yeah. Snap it out like a shirt doing laundry. He's just like,
He cared so much about this thing and the integrity of it, and now it's like, whatever.
and like, there's a moment where like, again, thank you, Riley. Again, he's like, last time this was here, it's being signed. Ben, there's another tour coming. Like, would you get off of it? Like, please. It's like, and then he does that little move, spectacles. That moment lives in my brain rent free. Spectacles.
Prop.
Oh, no.
Here's a prop. You're taking
Give me
it.
them specs.
So you can go like this.
Yeah.
Fucking trip myself out, dude.
Then
Look,
give me-
look at a $100 bill with them things on.
Oh, yeah. Give me that Mershwin pipe, bro.
Yeah.
I want it broken with the blood on it already.
Okay. So
Sick.
you want Nic Cage's blood all
Yeah,
over that.
dude.
Heck yeah, dude. I want, you know what I want? I want his ring, the
Dakota ring.
not the Dakota ring, the Sadusky's. He's got like a
a Knights, Freemasons
Freemasons ring, and it's like that blue. It seems like he must be high up.
I'm
or
sorry,
something.
sir. You can't have that. You have to earn that.
You can't even have that in your
You
prop.
cannot have those props.
Oh, Jesus.
You could have the Declaration of Independence, but you cannot have
No.
what you did not earn.
I don't want that shit. I don't want meaningless paper.
Ugh.
Right, guys?
We have copies of
Right,
it. You can
guys?
buy it for
All right.
$35 in the gift shop.
Yeah, I did that same thing with the Goonies map. Okay,
Yeah.
got one of them. Don't
right
even.
there, bro.
Right there, bro.
Bam.
Shaped
look
like
at-
Iowa for some reason.
It is. It is. The Holy Land. Well, if I can't have that, Mike, then I guess I don't even know what I want.
Nope, you can have it. It's fine.
Thanks, man.
So, like, just give it to
I
him.
fucking
What the
tried.
fuck are we doing?
As
What
long
are we
as we
doing
can
here?
get this episode over with.
Nope, I
that's
made
fine.
up rules on the spot. We can't do that.
This is a pretty fun. I think this is one of the funner action scenes, though. Like this whole running through the streets of Philadelphia and
Chase.
hiding, and I mean, just shooting guns in public. Nobody cares. Like, I mean, nobody really seems to care. There doesn't seem to be any cops around.
Yeah.
The FBI really doesn't seem to be on their case at all, even though they're kind of searching for them. It's,
Yeah. I mean, this is like any.
This probably happens all the time there. Let's be
it's
honest.
Philadelphia.
True.
It's just
Somebody's
a dirty
hunting for
place.
another treasure.
Yeah. Ugh.
Again.
Why don't you go run the Rocky Steps while you're here? Ugh.
Yeah, do it. I dare you. No, I do have a most lovable face.
Okay.
Dang,
I don't have.
okay.
There's no soundbite for that. Ooh, here's a boner. Aw.
Here's a face.
Love your face.
No, it's the meat counter lady.
She's cool.
Yep.
Yep, she's
It's the
cool.
meat counter lady. It's like, if you're not a steak, you don't belong back here. It's like, just like, honey, stay as long as you need. I'll tell you what, if she called me honey, I'd live there too.
Yeah, I'd
So,
live in that meat counter.
I'd live in that meat counter.
I'd let her butcher me.
I'd let her tenderize my meat.
Okay, all right. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I do like. It's kind of a trope of these movies, like the adventure, the group running away. Like, oh, we have to split up now. You take that thing, and we'll fake them out. I do. It does work again for me in this movie. It's and I do like how Gates gets picked off from Harvey Keitel. Like he catches him, and the other guys narrowly escape. Ian. It's really fun. As we'll get to, I do like the kind of grouping together again of everybody, and that it's just more dynamics to the movie, and it just elevates it that much more. Whereas like it could just stay like Riley, Gates, and Chase all together the whole time. It could do that, and it might get boring, but it doesn't.
It leads to this fun little thing where you think Ben's captured and going to prison, and then now he's on this aircraft carrier, and it's so fun that you can't because the helicopter shows up and you can't hear what the guy's actually telling him to go do. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
On a first time watch, you're like, well, what did he say? Why? How does he know how to jump off the thing? And then you realize that he was telling him that, but we just couldn't hear it as the audience.
Yeah. Right.
Just like no one else could hear it.
And again, reiterating, why didn't you just trust Ian with all this shit? Because
look how perfectly planned this is.
He's got underwater motherfuckers doing stuff.
Dude,
he had an air take waiting for him.
Yes.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing.
I think this is honestly why I could never be a good guy in a movie. I could never be like the FBI. I could never be Sadusky, because I would just, first and foremost, if I'm having this conversation with Nic Cage and he's saying, no, because Ian was going to steal it. I did it to stop him. Dr. Chase was not involved. I'd just be like, if I was Sadusky, I'd be like, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, man. No, I get that. Totally. It's like, you know what? If you want to just help us.
Andy, come on in here. Let's get him out of those cuffs.
Let's get him out of here. It's like, I know.
Really? No.
I know he did a bad. I know he literally committed like 9 felonies and he should go to prison a lot. He's such a nice guy. He's trying to do the right thing. Why are we going to squash that?
He told us that a British guy's trying to steal it.
Look at these shades, dude. He's fucking tight.
Like,
he's
buy
awesome.
Those aren't Oakleys.
No.
I mean, he's trying to help us, guys. So, let's just... No, man. I could never be Sadusky in this scenario.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I do really like what you're talking about, though, Sean. They all do come back together eventually. Like, it all leads to it. And you kind of see you even see camaraderie when they're at odds.
Yes.
That moment on the rooftop is one of my favorite moments when, by the way, they were just shooting guns at them and destroying historical headstones and all that good stuff. And then they're on the rooftop and he kind of reaches the end and he's like, Ben, come on, just give me the document, man.
Give up, dude.
All right, Phil. He throws it over. They know each other so well. And I think it's a great thing to have them all end up coming back together, because I do think they have like this respect for each other, and I think that makes for some great like character development and dynamics.
100%. And like how the movie led it to this is very clever too, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't think I like about this movie is the music in general.
Yeah.
It's like extra cheese ball. Din, 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 din.
So
It's very loud too.
It's loud. It's not interesting. They basically said, hey, person, they're going to be, it's like a chase. Oh, okay. So like, dun, 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 dun. Exactly.
Dun, 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 dun.
Even that was like, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, this is like, put as much as you can and possible into this moment.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's basically it's whatever they scrapped. They decided to go when they decided to go with what they did for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
And
this is the stuff that didn't make it into that.
The idea that I think you said it beforehand, Sean. Somebody wanted it to be like a more swashbuckling. It's like it feels kind of that way, that anti-hero, but we love him anyways. Pirate kind of a guy doing the wrong thing for the right reasons. It is. It's 100%. And the music feels that way. It feels like it should have been Jerry Bruckheimer's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Think about Ocean's 11 and just how unbelievably perfect the music is in that. And then go to this, and you're like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Can we turn the volume down on that?
Yeah. I can't hear what they're saying.
I can't gather anything. I did have a fun theory about this.
'Kay.
And it might be coming up here. I'll save it for scene 5. Remind me of my fun theory. That's it.
I think we're there.
Are we at scene 5?
Shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Final scene, they travel to the Trinity Church where they find an underground passage that leads down deep below the surface. It appears that there is no treasure, so Ian traps Ben, Abigail, Riley, and Patrick in the chamber and leaves for Boston after Patrick gives Ian another false clue. Ben then finds a way to open up a large chamber containing the treasure with a staircase to the surface. Ben meets up with Sadusky, and tips him off to where Ian can be found and arrested. Later, Ben and Abigail start a relationship.
So
You don't have to do it anymore, man.
We're
That's
almost
the-
that was the
that's
last
the
one.
last one.
proud of you. Proud of you.
We'll tell you all about it on the...
Yep.
Go ahead, AJ.
So, number one, the moment where it's like he gets back with Ian, they're in the church and they're looking at the document. Again, you see that camaraderie that like it kind of just sparks back up for them both.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's why Sean Bean and Nicolas Cage, I think, are a great dynamic, a good push and pull for like a good guy, bad guy sort of a sense. And honestly, we could have a Cobra Kai of Ian at any point in time, but like watching them kind of sit there and like look at it and also both be enthralled by it and both be interested in this, I think that's really good. But again, I think I said something similar in Face Off. If you're going to come in and you're gonna be like, well, I've got a gun to you. Okay, but I have all the answers. So what are you going to do? Well, then I'll just kill your family member. Ah, dun, dun, dun. And it's like, yeah, if you do that, then I'm really not going to give you anything.
Yep.
So what? Now you've got double homicide rather than just homicide. I don't know, man.
It's like, kill me or leave.
Yeah. So
Because I'm just going to die either way.
it is going to, like, I understand, like, you would be way better off being in a position to torture a loved one than just kill him. Because honestly, then I'd give you something. That's my one thing, and it's an action movie trope that I have a hard time getting behind.
Yeah, and going through this movie too, it kind of like Face Off as well, where it is a little long, and I do kind of feel it, but I don't know what you would trim out. And
Yeah.
well, maybe there's one thing I would trim out, and it's just like this when they get into the church thing, and like the platforms keep falling on them. And
Yeah.
shit.
That's
didn't
where
really need
that's where it
that.
actually feels like a treasure hunt, though. To
It
me.
does.
It's like, wow, okay, this is exciting.
Finally, we're here.
I don't think I like
Yeah.
movies like that. Is my
The
thing.
Goonies.
Well, I mean it's great and awesome, those kinds of things, but like.
This one didn't need it.
I don't think so. I like I said, I liked the whole adventure of the city and finding all those things, but then you finally get into like you're saying, the kind of quintessential treasure hunting movie. I just don't like these kind of pitfalls. Oh,
And is his buddy, his right hand man? Is this the only death in the movie?
Yeah,
I think it is.
I think he's the only person that died in this movie.
Which
Yeah.
just brings me to my little theory for you
Okay,
guys
okay.
about the story of this. Now, I believe that Ian Howe and it's his kind of right-hand man is Shaw. I believe that they are romantically involved.
Okay.
I do. I think that they are, because at one point he says to him, do you really believe that any of your lives are more important to me than Shaw's? He says that at one point.
Okay.
He also never shows any romantic or like sort of interest towards like Abigail whatsoever.
The only hot
No
woman in the movie. Like
no
the one,
sort of advancement. Yeah,
Yeah?
the only one. You're right.
The one that everyone's like, ha.
Yeah.
the hottest woman on earth.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
And he also has what seems almost like a somewhat romantic interest or kind of he's enthralled enough with Ben to
Yeah.
throw what we can only assume is potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars at his ideas and wanting to do this for him.
He likes flirting with Ben.
It's like he likes flirting with Ben.
He loves Shaw, but he likes flirting with Ben.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fun thing.
And like, you know, there's no point in this movie that I really feel like when he's like when the little kid like runs by him and he's like, oh, excuse me, sir. He's like, that's all right. He's like, oh, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
And like he's just a nice dude. And so I really do think though that he and Shaw had like a romantic involvement, and he also had a romantic flair for Ben. I really do.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
I like it.
There you go.
That's canon.
Canon.
I think that comes up in National Treasure 2.
Yeah.
I think they talk about that.
Yep.
No one's actually seen that one.
Secret
Well,
of the Brown Eye.
Well, they show him in prison, and that's
Uh-oh.
fit right in.
Wow. It is kind of fun though. I mean, you've got this craziness, then you've got the fact that they can't find the treasure, and they trick him again. I mean, Ian's not very smart. He keeps getting tricked by the other clue's there. Go get it.
Yeah.
You should know by now that they have more smarts than you do. But yeah, they finally figure out weird. Remember that pipe that you found? It's a good thing you brought it, because this is exactly what is needed to open this room. Which means if somebody stumbled on the room and had never gone through the original process of finding everything, then they wouldn't be able to get in the room. It's just like, man, this is a lot of faith to have in people that they're going to find this.
I also thought that like the father angle with John Voight down there with them, that it was a little too quick, and I just knew it was coming to this. We all knew it was coming to this, where he was just like, "Oh, Ben, I was all wrong about this. Like, you found it.
7 generations, we didn't find a single clue.
I do accept you as my son, you know." And like it's that, but I think it was just like they had to take a moment for it, and it just felt a little forced.
Yeah. I do like that they did bring John Voight back into this, and especially for him to be the one misleading Ian too. I think it kind of shows like back to what he used to. He used to be that guy. He used to be Ben, you know, is all I can imagine. So, and the fact that they played off of each other very well to, make this kind of quick acknowledgement of like, we need to mislead them out of here, you know. But I love that John Voight never gives up his dadisms of like, I'm not going out on that. It's termite, hundreds of years of termite damage. Are you kidding? It's just going to lead to another clue. Dad, please. No, I'm just saying. I'm just back here just trying to tell you.
I'm just stupid old dad.
He's got his New Balances on.
Yeah, that are grass stained green.
He's never lost balance, okay? I'll tell you that. Those things are good. Those things work.
You can't have a New Balance if you never lost the old one.
That's right. I kept thinking about it at this point, like all the termite damage that he's talking about, and shit's just breaking. And then I was so waiting for him to just be like, well, that's because they're stonemasons, not wood masons, huh?
Just pulling out dad jokes.
They very well could have gone down that road,
and
they chose not to.
Well, Riley's our comedic thing, so we're gonna tone that back.
We're gonna tone that back just a little bit. No more dad jokes.
No more.
That's great.
Did you know they never really implied this, but apparently the house that he did buy is Charles Carroll's.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that ever like said in the movie?
He says it right at the end.
Oh,
but
he does
Riley
say
cuts
it.
him
Okay.
off.
Got you.
Yeah. He's like, well, because Charles Carroll actually said, he's like, yeah, he met somebody who did something, who went on to say something else, and it's like, whatever, could have had a bigger house, and he drives shittily out of there.
They did the math on that, and actually, this shows you how much actually $1 billion is worth.
Yeah.
Because they're saying the treasure's worth $10 billion, so 1% of $10 billion, one lowly percent of $10 billion is $100 million. And so that means both of them got $50 million. And I'm not mad about that.
No, not at all.
Ain't no. You know what do they say? Like if
They
you just
offered
have
him 10% too.
Yeah, didn't they say that if you had like $3 million, then you're literally your next 3 generations are set with what you could do investment wise on stuff like that. So you fucking idiot. You can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
You cannot be mad about $50 million.
I do like when they do find the treasure and like light up the whole room and shit, and they're like going through it. If it was just like if Sean Astin just came in, it's like, not that one. That's One-Eyed Willie.
That's One-Eyed Willie's treasure. Everything else you can have, and then he just disappears into the.
Or they're just all dead. There's dead like skeletons wearing the Goonies clothes because that was the same treasure.
He picks up a wallet. Who was the guy?
Mikey Walsh.
No, the other
Chester Copperpot.
That's all we needed was for Ben Gates to pick up a wallet and say, Lou Gehrig? Chester Copperpot.
Chester Copperpot.
Oh, that would have been it. Oh, man. No, I think it wraps up decently. I do think that it's a kind of an ultimate callback with the pipe in the very end. It really is. I don't know. I don't think you could. You know how we always say you couldn't make this movie now because of cell phones? Like about like old 80s movies or something. You couldn't make this movie because of cell phones. Well, you couldn't make this movie now because of 3D printing. Like the moment that you're like, oh, what's the shape? I bet this is what unlocks the treasure room. Hey, bring in that 3D printer that we bought for $500. Sounds good. And we just did it, and we're done.
You mean that Ian bought us?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
tomato.
She gives him a map to her vagina at the end. That's awesome.
I know.
I fucking love that.
That's what it was. It was like, oh, what is this? The unfinished pyramid and the all-seeing brown eye. Yes.
Turns out the founding fathers were seriously perverted.
Fucking.
It looks like there's a pipe that I know of that could fit right inside of there. Let's try it.
Let's try this.
National pleasure.
National pleasure.
All-seeing brown eye. The next sequel, Ashtional pleasure. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna do. Yeah. All right. Let's go, guys. Woo.
We have dissected it with a modern eye. It's time to give it a modern day rating. AJ, what did you think about this movie?
Fucking dare you. Let's go. How about? I still enjoy like watching this movie actually. Like of all the shit that people want to give it, and I think I got so cynical honestly by the time I was like reading a lot of reviews, and like because that's where all the history buffs are going to come out, and that's where everyone's going to come out and be like, "There's no way that this could happen because if you don't use a thing, then it's probably plumbing, and then there's probably not a map that's invisible because I bet that wouldn't exist." Okay, got it. And that's where everybody wants to live in IMDb, and that's the sword they want to fall on. I really enjoy watching the movie. This is kind of the Nic Cage that I grew up with, if you will. It's kind of who I remember. I don't remember him from like a lot of the other, the face-off roles and stuff like that. So I like watching it. I like the movie a lot. I have to kind of maybe dial it back just a little bit on for what the movie really is. But I think John Turteltaub directed a hell of a movie on this, and it's a Jerry Bruckheimer, blockbuster, man. I don't know how you can't have at least a little bit of fun while watching this, and you're gonna either get some good jokes, you're gonna learn something, or you get some great Nic Cage. Let's go ahead and give this a 7.76.
I see what you're doing there.
That's
Sean,
fun.
what about you, buddy?
I think this is a really fun movie, man. Nic Cage is great in it. He doesn't really get any of his moments. I know he does in the second one, which I was looking for in this one, where he's like marching down the stairs, like, "We fight all the time." He's like doing his Nic Cage thing. So we didn't get any of that, but still, he's really great in it. Diane Kruger is a smoke show, and she's really awesome in this. Justin Barthaw is a great comedic welcome to this movie. John Voight's great. Christopher Plummer is the best.
Sean Bean. Don't
leave him
out.
Can't forget about him.
Bean.
Always
Great,
welcome.
Great bad guy.
I think AJ's right. It's a really well put together movie, and I could watch it any time that it's on TV in passing. I could put it on and with my friends and have a good time. I'm gonna give it a 7.3.
7.3. This. I mean, it's a fun movie. It really is, but it's not something I'm necessarily planning on revisiting anytime soon. It's very comparable. I was trying to compare it to other Nic Cage movies, being that we are in May of Swayz, Uncaged. And for me, it's very similar to like a Gone in 60 Seconds, where it's got the exciting action parts. There's a great surrounding cast, but just overall, you're just like, yeah, okay. It doesn't have the rewatchability that I like in some of the movies that get my higher ratings. So for me, I'm going to be a little bit lower here. I'm going to give it a 5.5 for the amount of hours I sat in my truck waiting for a tow truck over the night.
Respect.
5.5 is going to be that.
Mike's tired.
I'm tired. We got to go to executive producer Michael Guiliano. I got to read this. It's a long one. Even after checking out the movies in the movie in theaters, National Treasure stuck around in my life for longer than I thought it would. I said in my other review that it really wasn't factual, but if you bought the DVD, it came with a bonus feature where it would have the real history dates and facts pop up on screen as the movie went along. And I lived for that crap. Mostly because the next year I was taking American history in school, and those random dates and locations came in useful for the occasional pop quiz in class. But it's been a while since sophomore year history class, and probably just as long since I last watched National Treasure, and I really hoped that it would hold up. Nicolas Cage isn't particularly a favorite of mine, but I don't dislike him either, so this might be the first time I was really looking out for a real Nicolas Cage performance. And I definitely got it. That first monologue about the pipe inside the buried ship took me a little out of the movie for a second, and I kind of understand why people can have an issue with his performances. After that, though, I feel like he kind of reined it in, pulled off a pretty decent performance. Funnily enough, I think his best chemistry in this movie isn't with Diane Kruger. Instead, he has a really good bro chemistry with Justin Bartha and Sean Bean. I liked how Harvey Keitel's role was basically if Winston Wolfe from Pulp Fiction became an FBI agent. His mannerisms are basically the same here. Justin Bartha holds his own, tagging along and providing exposition and comedy when required. Kruger also has a nice role, just not relegated to being a damsel in distress, but holding her own throughout the movie and also giving her own bits of comedy. Quick nitpick, though, do we really think that Cage and Bartha would be able to walk the 9 miles back to the Inuit village with no problem? That's a very good point in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like you just barely survived a massive explosion. It's God knows how cold outside. Do you really think that North Face jacket is going to keep you warm and safe for the next day while you're trekking across the tundra with no other gear? Also, was anybody else sort of surprised to see everyone wearing Canada Goose gear? Did that not just become hipster wear within the last 5 years, apparently? Also, I noticed a few quick cameos that 15-year-old me absolutely would have never gotten. You have the legend Christopher Plummer as Ben's grandpa, setting up the entire movie. Perfect voiceover work for this kind of story, in my opinion. And then in some blink and you'll miss it side roles, you have Mark Pellegrino and Eric King as FBI agents, a.k.a. Lucifer from Supernatural, and Sergeant Surprise Motherfucker Dokes from Destiny.
Yeah, Dokes.
You bet.
Finally, a riddle. Do you know why this movie is a national treasure? It's a national treasure because it's one of the only movies where Sean Bean lives to see the ending.
Nice.
Modern day rating 7.95. So that is a 7.13 kids on our modern day ratings, which is going to take it tied with Con Air.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
That is how she's going to live for a while there at least.
Oh, man.
We did it. We're closing out May of Swayz Uncaged. We hope you enjoyed it. Up next, we have Men in Black, followed by Varsity Blues as we get into June. If you're new to the podcast, go back this time last year. Gone in 60 seconds.
Let's go.
Enjoy it.
Do it. Gone in 60 seconds. We'll be out of here in 60 seconds. But guys, make sure you are subscribing to this podcast. Whether you like it or not, you just listen to this episode. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because we would really appreciate it. Make sure you're leaving us a review. Make sure you're checking us out on the social media. Social media at Confused Breakfast. Just search for Confused Breakfast anywhere on social media. And by all means, guys, check us out on YouTube. We're having lots of fun on YouTube. You can see us in person, live in person, on camera.
ConfusedBreakfast.com. You can go to our merch store. You can get some goods there. You can get some shirts. You can get some pants. You can get some socks. Just go check it out.
You can get some declarations of independence.
Pick out your sign. You got it. Confused Breakfast as well to see the ratings of the movies that we've covered. See AJ's ratings, see Mike's ratings, see mine, and see the shows overall, and compare them to yours. Goodbye. I love you.
We're produced by the Upload Media Group in Cedar Rapids. Check it out, uploadmediagroup.com. Logan on the controls. And we are on the Cloud 10 network. Check it out at cloud10.fm. That's it for us. Goodbye.
Thank you, Nic Cage. And
Blow the candle out.
Here, we
extinguish it.
You don't blow the candle out. I learned that when I was an altar boy.
Oh. Is it out?
I'm sorry.
Well, it was a good.
Goodbye.